claim that Sunday is the mark of the beast. We will now examine the allegation and provide the facts to discredit this idea. Let's look at the source. While there may be multiple sources, I will quote from a book titled National Sunday Law, written by A. Jan Marcuson. In this book, on page 44, the writer said, and I quote, "Find what the seal of God is, and you will know that the mark is just the opposite." National Sunday Law, page 44. From Ellen G. White, we know that the seal of God that Marcuson is talking about is the Sabbath. Here is Mrs. White. "The Sabbath of the fourth commandment is the seal of the living God. The blessing is pronounced on those who have honored God by keeping his Sabbath." The Great Controversy, page 421, 422. According to Marcuson, the opposite day would be the mark of the beast, Sunday. This reasoning makes one wonder, what is the opposite of Wednesday? Is it Tuesday or is it Thursday? Fact is, days cannot be in oppositions. They either precede or follow each other. Further, to say a named day of the week is the mark, that would make each day a mark of the beast. The names of our months and days all originated out of paganism. They are names of planets or emperors or even celestial properties. Observe the following in paganism. When it was time to worship the sun in the sky, that day was called Sun's Day. The English, Sunday. When it was time to worship the moon, that day was Moon's Day. English, Monday. When it was time to worship the god called Chewy, that day was Chewy's Day. English, Tuesday. When it was time to worship the wooden god, that day became Wood's Day. English, Wednesday. When it was time to worship the god called Thor, the guy with the hammer on many of our products today, that day became Thursday. English, Thursday. When it was time to worship the god called Freya, that day became Freya's Day. English, Friday. When it was time to worship the planet Saturn, that day became Saturn's Day. English, Saturday. Further, when we consider the months, the prefix octo, like octagon or octopus, octo means 8. Then the prefix deca, as in decapolis, means 10. Yet, when you look at our calendar, the 10th month in our calendar is October, but octo is 8. And the 12th month in our calendar is called December, but deca is 10. Clearly then, mankind's salvation cannot be determined by the name of a day or a month. If Sabbath keepers want to be consistent with the idea that Sunday is the mark of the beast because it is opposite Saturday, they must equally admit that both Sunday and Saturday originated out of paganism. If Sunday is considered to be the mark of the beast, what can we say about Saturday? Our second question, what is the mark of the beast? No one knows or can know what the mark of the beast is before the beast identifies himself to the world. In other words, you cannot have the mark before the beast. The beast appears, then tell the world what his mark is. Let us listen to Apostle John. "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18. Notice here, there is a mark of the beast, there is a name of the beast, and there's a number of a beast. Mark, name, and number. 3 different things. In other words, when the Antichrist appears in Israel, mankind will have a choice to take either the mark, or the name, or the number. Notice in the said passage that the number of the beast is 666. 666 is not the mark of the beast. 666 is not the name of the beast. The Lord has revealed to us the number of the beast, but when the beast comes, he will reveal himself, his name, and his mark. Let us listen to the word of God. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. We cannot know the mark of the beast before he appears. When he appears, he sits in a temple in Israel, not in the Vatican City. The warning in the preceding verse is that we should not be deceived by any means or anyone. Sabbath observers have incorrectly identified Sunday as the mark of the beast, and that claim fits exactly the deception that we're being warned about. We cannot know what the mark and name of the beast are until the beast sets up his one world government. Our third question: will the mark be the mark of Roman Catholicism? The answer is no. Another reason why Sabbath observers claim that Sunday is the mark of the beast is that the Roman Catholic Church claimed to have changed the Sabbath to Sunday. Therefore, Sunday is said to be the mark of Roman Catholicism, the beast. Improper interpretation of biblical prophecy has caused many to position Roman Catholicism as the last of the prophetic empires. But let it be known, Rome is not the last empire, and Roman Catholicism was never an empire. Roman Catholicism was the dominant religion of the Roman Empire, but was certainly never an empire. Also, no emperor of Rome has ever been head of Catholicism, and no pope has ever been the head of the Roman Empire. Although from time to time they would join forces for mutual gains, emperors and popes were always at loggerheads with each other. There has never been and will never be a papal Rome, nor a pope who sits in Israel to declare himself to be God. God revealed to Daniel and John that there would be 7 prominent earthly kingdoms that will govern the world until the end of time. Let's look in Daniel's account. Nebuchadnezzar had a dream of an image representing Babylon, Medes, Persia, Greece, Rome. Then Daniel saw iron and iron mixed with clay, 5 kingdoms. Also, in chapter 7, Daniel had a vision in which he saw 4 beasts representing Babylon, Medes and Persia, Greece, and a dreadful beast with iron teeth. At a glance, it would appear as if Daniel saw 4 kingdoms, but not so. He saw 7. 3 of the 4 kingdoms are represented as 3 ribs in the bear's mouth. Here's the passage. And behold, another beast, a second like a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise and devour much flesh. Daniel 7 verse 5. These 3 rib kingdoms are Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, which were conquered by the Medo-Persian Empire. Therefore, the list of kingdoms in Daniel chapter 7 would be Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Medes and Persia, Greece, Rome, and then the dreadful beast. This is Daniel's account, 7 beasts. In John's account, he reported 7 kings, but added that the 7th king would reign 2 times as the 7th and the 8th empire. Listen to John. And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7th, and goeth into perdition. Revelation chapter 17, verses 10 and 11. God not only showed Daniel and John 7 kingdoms, but further revealed to John that the 7th kingdom would reign 2 times the revived 8th empire. Daniel and John. It is reasonable to assume that the image in Nebuchadnezzar's dream had 10 toes. These 10 toes would be the same as the 10 horns in Daniel chapter 7, verses 7 and 8, and in Revelation chapter 17, verses 12 and 16. It is during the rise of the 8th kingdom that the Antichrist emerges. Here is Daniel. After this, I saw in the night visions, And behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. And it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn's eyes were the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things. Daniel 7, verse 7 and 8. Let's listen to John. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as the kings 1 hour with the beast. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the war, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Revelation 17, verses 12 and 16. Rome, with Catholicism as its principal religion, could not be the last beast. The description of the image in Nebuchadnezzar's dream clearly shows that the belly and thigh were made of brass, representing Greece and Rome, the 5th and 6th kingdoms respectively. The image's leg came after the thigh and was made of iron. This iron empire came after Rome and would succeed itself as the feet of iron that attempts to mix itself with the seed of men, iron and clay. The iron represents the 7th and 8th empires, the revived empire. Rome was the 6th and therefore cannot be the Antichrist empire. Rome was the 6th and cannot be the 7th or the 8th empire. It is the 7th that becomes the 8th. Admittedly, the devil, through Roman Catholicism, hijacked Christianity and masqueraded himself as a substitute of God on earth. Catholicism's years of blasphemous and monstrous atrocities will not be mentioned here, but suffice it to say that the religious influence of the devil did not stop with Rome. It continued into the 7th empire and will return in the days of the 8th empire. We will, in a subsequent broadcast, identify that 8th empire. But note, it is during this 8th empire the mark of the beast will be revealed. It is at this time the name of the beast will be revealed. It is at this time the number of the beast, 666, will make sense. So, the allegation is, Sunday is the mark of the beast. The accusation is baseless because, 1, Sunday is not the opposite of Saturday. 2, the mark of the beast cannot be known until the Antichrist is revealed. 3, Rome was the 6th empire. 4th, the revived empire will be the 7th that will become the 8th.